Assalamu alaikum and good morning. All right, close to 500,000 candidates sit for the SPM examination and thousands more sit for the IELTS examination in Malaysia every year. Now, both these exams are considered as high-stake examinations as they hold the key to the candidate's future. In both exams, the candidates are required to compose an essay as part of the exam requirements to measure their writing proficiency. However, they are not given a choice whether to write or to type their essays, as the only option available for them is to use the pen and paper. Now, you might be wondering, so what's the problem with that? The problem lies with the candidates themselves. They belong to a generation known as Generation Y. Right? So this Generation Y is the generation who has been brought up in the digital age, meaning they have been exposed to computer since they were little kids. Now, the big question is, don't you think it might be a disadvantage for them if they're only asked to write and not type? Well, to find the answer to that question, I have chosen a group of engineering undergraduates who are preparing for IELTS examination as my subjects. And I look into the relationship between their computer familiarity, attitude, and writing performance. Because some studies have suggested that candidates who have been exposed to computer for a long time and they are positive towards the experience tend to produce better essays if they are composed using the computer. Now, besides the relationship, I also look into the effects of handwriting and typing on writing quality and quantity. For in terms of quality, it is measured by using 3 readability formulas. Basically, these formulas assign a grade to each essay based on certain characteristics. As for quantity, it is measured by counting the number of words, words per sentence, and sentences in the essays produced by each candidate. Now, another interesting aspect of this study is the aspect of perception. So as human beings, our perception is basically shaped by the things that we see around us. So the same holds true for these essay examiners, as they are also human beings, like us. So some studies have proven that examiners who are presented with neat, organized, and well-typed essays tend to become more lenient, thus awarding higher scores to the essays graded. So in conclusion, I believe that this study will be significant for the test administrators as it will provide them with input. Thank you.
Can you imagine yourself suffering from a disease that rarely kills, but it makes you wish you were dead? During the Second World War, precisely, in 1943, Time Magazine International described it as, and I quote, "The disease rarely kills anybody, but it often makes the patient wish he were dead," unquote. That is Malta fever, Underland fever, or Mediterranean fever. But the scientists prefer to call it brucellosis. It is caused by a bacteria called Brucella. It affects animals as well as humans. In animals, it manifests as infertility and abortion on the farm. In humans, symptoms include headache, fever, joint and muscular pains all over the body, and even spontaneous abortion in pregnant women. Take note, this disease is transmitted from animals to man. And Malaysia imports thousands of animals every year from countries we know already have this disease. So my research was centered around finding out if this disease exists in the animal population in Malaysia as represented by goats, and also if it exists in the human population, and who are those who are more likely to have it, what we can do about it. How did we go about the research? We took blood from humans and animals, administered questionnaires. Our findings were very interesting. In the animal population, we found out that animal farms that introduced new animals from other places were 5 times more likely to have this disease than other farms. In the human population, we found out that animal farmers and those below the age of 40 were 7 times more likely to have this disease than the rest of the population. We also found out that those who drink unpasteurized milk were 5 times more likely to have this disease than the rest of the population. So the next time you visit a place like Penang, for example, and they offer you raw goat milk to drink, before you drink it, please think about brucellosis. What can we do in the light of these findings? I suggest a total ban on the importation of animals from countries we know already have this disease. I also suggest that we get rid of the animals with this disease and vaccinate the ones that don't have it. Prevention is better than cure. I suggest we re-educate our animal farmers on the hazards of this disease, because the other day we were at an animal farm, they gave us raw goat milk to drink, oblivious of the hazards. Fresh milk is good, but make sure it is pasteurized before you take it. The disease rarely kills, but does it kill? Unfortunately, in 2% of cases it does. I lost a colleague, Moses Birdling, to Malta fever. And we don't have vaccines for humans. Treatment takes many painful months. But if we can take more proactive measures, like I have suggested, we can stop this reluctant killer called Malta fever or brucellosis. Thank you.